Hello everyone, my name is Paul Prince. We are from Vidhai. Welcome to Vidhai, whose motto is Inspire, Educate, Change. Before starting, I wish to say what is Vidhai. Vidhai is non-profit initiative by the students of IIITDM Kancheepuram to give free coaching and resources to students preparing for national level competitive exams like NTSE and NMMS. Now let's get into our topic, word problems, which come under arithmetical reasoning problems. Here we have four types of problems. Type 1 problem on ages, type 2 calculation based problems, type 3 data based questions, type 4 Venn diagram based questions. In type 1 we have further four categories: calculate percentage, numerical to determine ages in ratio form, numerical to determine age of a person before X years, numerical to determine age of a person after X years. Now let's move to type 1 problem on ages. Before solving the problem, I am going to give some quick tips and tricks. In that, first trick is, if current age of a person is X, then age after n years is X plus n, age n years ago is X minus n times the age is n into X. If age in the numerical are mentioned in ratio A is to B, then A is to B will be AX and BX. Now the second trick is, if sum of ages of X and Y is A and ratio of their ages is P is to Q respectively, then you can determine age of Y by using the formula shown below, that is age of Y is ratio of Y by sum of ratios into sum of ages, which is nothing but Q by P plus Q into A. Now numerical on ages can be generally classified into four types as I told before. In that, first type is calculate present age. Here we have one problem. What is John's present age if after 10 years his age is 5 times his age 5 years back? This is the question they have given and we have four options. Now let's solve this. Let us assume that John's present age is X. John's age before 5 years will be X minus 5 since we saw this formula previously. Now John's age after 10 years will be X plus 10, same as previous formula. Now we are given that John's age after 10 years X plus 10 is 5 times his age. So 5 years back is X minus 5. Therefore X plus 10 is equals to 5 into X minus 5. After solving this equation, we will get X as 8.75 years. So the answer is, from the options given, it's C option, that is 8.7 years. Now let's solve another problem. The question given is, Rahul is 15 years elder than Rohan. If 5 years ago Rahul was 3 times as old as Rohan, then find Rahul's present age. Now let's solve this question. Here also we will assume the age of Rohan be Y. You can assume the age of Rahul as Y and you can solve, or here I am assuming age of Rohan as Y. So given Rahul is 15 years elder than Rohan, so we can write it as Y plus 15. So Rahul's age 5 years ago will be Y plus 15 minus 5 since it is ago. Now Rohan's age before 5 years will be Y minus 5. 5 years ago Rahul age is 3 times as old as Rohan. So we can, from this data we can write an equation, Y plus 15 minus 5 is equals to 3 into Y minus 5. After solving this equation, we will get Y is equals to 12.5. What we assumed as Y, Rohan's age. So Rohan's age is 12.5. Now we have to find Rahul's age. So Rahul's age is Y plus 15, which is equals to 12.5 plus 15, which is equals to 27.5. From the options given, it is option B. So B is correct answer. Now let's move to type 2, that is numerical to determine ages in ratio form. Now we have a question. Age of a mother 10 years ago was 3 times the age of her son. After 10 years, mother's age will be twice that of his son. Find the ratio of their present ages. Now for solving this, we are given that age of mother 10 years ago was 3 times the age of her son. So we will assume that let age of son be X and mother's age is 3 times the age of her son. So it will be 3x as we saw previously from the tips and tricks. That is 3 years ago. Now at present mother's age will be 3x plus 10 and son's age will be x plus 10. After 10 years mother's age will be 3x plus 10 and son's age will be x plus 10 plus 10. We are adding since the age we are calculating after. Now mother's age is twice that of son. So from this data we will write an equation 3x plus 10 is equals to 2 into x plus 10 plus 10. By solving this equation we will get x equal to 20. What we assumed as x, age of son is x, but we are asked to find the present ratio. So 3x plus 10 is to x plus 10, which is equals to 70 is to 30, which is equals to 7 is to 3. Now let's see another example problem. Here the question given is 1 year ago ratio of Harry and Peter's age is 5 is to 6 respectively. After 4 years the ratio becomes 60 is to 7. How old is Peter? Now let's solve this. We are given that age ratio of Harry and Peter is 5 is to 6. So we can say that Harry's age is 5x and Peter's age is 6x. 1 year ago their age was 5x and 6x, and at present Harry's age is 5x plus 1 and Peter's age is 6x plus 1. After 4 years, Harry's age will be 5x plus 1 plus 4, which is nothing but 5x plus 5, and Peter's age is 6x plus 1 plus 4, which is equal to 6x plus 5. After 4 years, this ratio becomes 6 is to 7. Therefore, Harry's age by 6 is equals to Peter's age by 7. From this data, we can write the equation as 5x plus 5 by 6x plus 5 equal to 6 by 7. Solving this equation, we will get x equal to 5. Now, Peter's present age is 6x plus 1. So, assuming x value as 5, we will get Peter's present age as 31 years. And in the same way, Harry's present age as 26 years. Now, the question they asked is, how old is Peter? We got Peter's age as 31 years. So, option C is correct. Now, we will move to type 3, that is numerical to determine age of a person before x years. The question is as follows. Sharath is 60 years old and Santosh is 80 years old. How many years ago was the ratio of their ages 4 is to 6? Here they gave the ratios and asking how many years ago their ratio is 4 is to 6. So how we will solve this is, let us assume that x years ago. We don't know how many years ago, so we'll assume it as x. Now at present they given that Sharath is 60 years and Santosh is 80 years. So x years ago, in the sense, since it's ago, we will minus it. So here Sharath's age will be 60 minus x and Santosh's age will be 80 minus x. Now they already gave in question that ratio of their ages is 4 is to 6 when x years ago. So by this data we can form the equation as 60 minus x by 80 minus x is equals to 4 by 6. Solving this equation, we will get x equals to 20. So therefore that is the question they asked, that is how many years ago, which is nothing but x, which is 20. So 20 years ago the ratio of their ages will be 4 is to 6. So option C is correct. Now let's move to type 4, numericals to determine age of a person after x years. The question given is 5 years ago sister's age was 5 times the age of her brother and sum of present ages of sister and brother is 34 years. What will be the age of her brother after 6 years? Now for solving this, let us assume that present age of brother be x and sister's age be 34 minus x. You can assume sister age also as x, then accordingly you will get the age of the brother. So if you see the table given, we have the brother's age 5 years ago is x minus 5 and sister's age is 35 minus x minus 5. Present age, as we assumed, brother's x and sister's age 30 minus x. Future is we want to find after 6 years. So brother's age will automatically be x plus 6. That is what we want to find. We are given 5 years ago, sister's age is 5 times the age of her brother. Therefore, using this data, if we form the equation 34 minus x minus 5 equal to 5 into x minus 5. Solving this equation, we will get x equal to 9. That is what they asked. They asked is the age of her brother after 6 years. What we got is present age. So after 6 years, it will be 9 plus 6, that is 15 years. So option 1 is right. Now we will move to type 2. Till now we saw the categories all in type 1. So we are moving to type 2, that is calculation based problems. Here the question given is a student got twice as many sums wrong as he got right. If he attempted 48 sums in all, how many did he solve correctly? Now we will solve this using same equation process, that is, suppose boy got x sums right, then 2x sums wrong. Therefore x plus 2x equal to 48, which implies 3x is equal to 48 and x equal to 16, which means he solved correctly 16 and the answer is B. Now we will move to second question, that is, in a class 3 by 5 of students are girls and rest are boys. If 2 by 9 of the girls and 1 by 4 of boys are absent, what part of the total number of students is present? Now we will solve this from the given data. Girls are 3 by 5, so boys will be 1 minus 3 by 5, that is 2 by 5, since the total ratio is 1. Fraction of students absent is 2 by 9 of 3 by 5, that is 2 by 9 girls are absent, so 2 by 9 of 3 by 5 plus 1 by 4 of 2 by 5, that is 1/4 of boys are absent, so 1 by 4 of 2 by 5. If we add that, we'll get 7 by 30, so these many students are absent, but they are asking number of students present. So number of students present is 1 minus 7 by 30, which is equal to 23 by 30, so option C is right. Now we are moving to type 3 data-based questions. Before solving the question, look at the data given, that is, data for examination is given below. It is also a part of question, but in this slide we have the data. Now we will move to question. Now let's answer the following questions. The question given is, what number of students have failed due to having failed in 4 or less subjects? Given student failed in 4 or less subjects, so we have to consider all the cases, that is student failed in 1 subject plus 2 subjects plus 3 subjects plus 4 subjects. We can rewrite this as student failed in 1 subject plus student passed in 3 subjects plus student passed in 2 subjects plus student passed in 1 subject. Now we can write from the data that, which is nothing but, if we directly add the values 700 plus 200 plus 140 plus 150 plus 220 plus 1500 plus 1200 plus 800, we will get the final answer as 4280. This is first question. Now let's move to second question. What number of students failed in all subjects? So student failed in all subjects means student appeared minus student passed in 1 subject, 2 subjects, 3 subjects or 5 subjects plus student failed in 1 subject only. If we exclude all these things, then we can find out how many students failed in all subjects. So total students appeared is 10,000 minus, if we subtract all these values, that is 5,000 plus 1500 plus 1200 plus 800 plus 70 plus 200 plus 140 plus 150 plus 220, then we'll get 10,000 minus 9,280, which is equal to 720. That is the number of students who failed in all subjects. Right. Now we'll move to the final type, that is type 4 Venn diagrams based questions. You already know what is the meaning of Venn diagrams, that is representing in the form of circles and data in this manner, as we can see in the given figure. Now if we consider the following figure, 200 students appeared in an examination comprising tests in mathematics, science and social studies. The figure gives the number of students who failed in different tests. So that is the data given for us. Now we want to calculate what is the present percentage of candidates who failed in at least 2 subjects. So the solution is as follows. Number of students who failed in at least 2 subjects is number of candidates who failed in 2 or more subjects. So at least in this it is minimum. So maximum it can be any. So we will take in 2 or more subjects as the criteria. So from that we can find out which is equals to 10 plus 12 plus 12 plus 5, that is 39. Therefore required percentage is 39 by 200 into 100%, which is equals to 19.5%. Thank you for attending. You can check the description given below for extra questions and lecture notes for each chapter. We are from Vidhai. Everything is possible. Thank you.